We invite you to watch how we clear the views on all matters through our partner station MITV on DSTV channel 255, 7 p.m. daily, and also our YouTube and Facebook pages under one name, Clearview News Desk every day. We call it the People's News, as we are available to come over and cover your events upon notice. Or do you have news you want us to broadcast? Send it in. We verify and go to town with it. All for you. Go ahead, engage us to thrash out those naughty issues on the news. And what we need from you is to share and subscribe. More important, convince your loved ones, friends, relatives, co-worshippers, and more to subscribe so as to be getting notifications as we break the news. Go a step further, like the news, and drop your thoughts on the comment section. Clearview News. We clear the view one time and for all time.
Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines. The Nigeria Correctional Service reveals that no fewer than 3,590 inmates across Nigeria's custodial centers are on death row. One person reportedly killed as illegal artisan miners attack MI Estate in Minna. Methodist Archbishop of Abuja calls on Nigerian political leaders to seek the face of God to overcome the present challenges facing the country. I am Gloria Atta with these and more. Welcome. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, appears to be having it rough and tough for the first time as the governors elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party are giving him hard knocks for saying he would put fire in their states if they intervened in the politics of his native rivers, even when there is a sitting PDP governor in the state. The PDP governors disclosed their position in a communique issued after a meeting in Jalingo, the Taraba state capital. They described Wike's threat as unbridled, reckless, and unacceptable. A group, Northeast Unity Forum, on Tuesday condemned the FCT minister's comments, likening them to political banditry, and called for his sack by President Bola Tinubu. Wike had on Saturday during a factional congress in Rivers State threatened to instigate crisis in any state whose governor interfered with the politics of Rivers State, but the PDP governors restated their support for their Rivers State counterpart, Siminalayi Fubara, in the political crisis in the state. They promised to engage the National Working Committee (NWC) of the party to revisit the Congress to correct the anomaly and allow Fubara to take his rightful leadership position of the party in the state. The Nigeria Correctional Service has revealed no fewer than 3,590 inmates across Nigeria's custodial centers are on death row. Nigeria Correctional Service spokesman Abubakar Umar made the disclosure this Wednesday in Abuja. Umar said the total number of inmates in correctional centers across the country is 84,741, comprising 82,821 males and 1,920 females as of September 3rd, 2024. The NCOS spokesman puts the total number of awaiting trial inmates at 57,750, comprising 56,303 males and 1,447 females. The convicted inmates are 21,900, comprising 21,519 males and 381 females, while lifers are 1,501 and 1,478 males and 23 females. The total number of inmates on death row was made up of 3,517 males and 73 females, making a total of 3,590, he said. Umar also revealed that the majority of inmates in custody were awaiting trial persons, posing a significant challenge for the NCOS due to their high numbers. Umar, however, assured that the NCOS was taking steps to address the issue by ensuring timely judicial processing for the awaiting trial persons, while appreciating the initiative and backing of the Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, to reduce the inmate population by releasing 4,063 individuals who were given the option to pay fines and compensation. Human rights lawyer Pelumi Olajengbesi has written to the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi over the ordeal of 10 #EndBadGovernance protesters who are facing treasonable charges leveled against them by the federal government. In his letter received by the AGF office, Olajengbesi said criminalizing young demonstrators who protested against hunger and bad governance in Nigeria in August is an insult to the rule of law. He said the right to peaceful assembly and protest was the bedrock of any democratic society, enshrined in the 1999 Constitution and safeguarded by international human rights instruments, to which Nigeria is a party. To criminalize citizens for exercising their legitimate right to dissent through peaceful protest not only constitutes a breach of these legal protections, but also tarnishes Nigeria's standing on the global stage, he said. Since the beginning of 2024, Nigerians have suffered varying degrees of hardship occasioned by the devastating effects of removal of subsidy on petroleum products as well as the unification of the exchange rate. The recent #EndBadGovernance protest and the upward review of the pump price of premium motor spirit (PMS) from 617 naira per litre to 855 naira or more has made the life of citizens even more chaotic. In this special report, Clearview's correspondent presents a detailed analysis of the state of the nation. At the end of 2023, experts and economists predicted more difficult times ahead for Nigerians due to the removal of the decade-long subsidy on petroleum products by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as part of his economic blueprint geared towards improving the economy and living conditions of citizens. The decision, however, led to an immediate threefold jump in fuel prices across the country, leading to an increase in food prices and transportation costs. The fall of the naira and skyrocketing inflation further brought untold hardships to millions of households in 2023. Although Nigerians were hopeful for a turnaround at the beginning of 2024, their hopes were dashed by the increase in hardship due to the federal government's harsh policies and economic reforms, which were initially targeted to provide succor to the plight of citizens in the face of the lingering socio-economic situation facing the country. The harsh economic situation led to a 10-day nationwide protest with the slogan #EndBadGovernance, with thousands of Nigerians, especially youths, taking to the streets in protest, calling for key economic reforms while demanding accountability from its leaders. Nigerians have become even more dissatisfied with the government's handling of issues after the fizzling out of the protest, especially with the recent federal government arraignment of 10 #EndBadGovernance protesters who were arrested in Abuja, Kaduna, Kano and Gombe before a federal high court in Abuja. With the apprehension seemingly cooling down, Nigerians received with shock the news from the state-owned oil company, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, announcing price hike for premium motor spirit, citing over $6 billion debt, forcing it to increase the pump price of fuel from 617 naira to 897 naira per litre. This startling surge has led to another dramatic increment of transportation and a return of long queues in major cities of the country.
So if they start now, you can continue. I don't want you to see the price.
No, see, concentrate.
Meanwhile, Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote's oil refinery, announced its determination to supply 25 million litres of PMS daily in September 2024 to boost fuel supply and stabilize the naira by helping to correct distortions in the value of the local currency compared with the dollar.
Our diesel is very light, it's like water, so which people have never ever seen before, but that is what you call Euro 5 diesel. Our diesel now is about is less than even 30 ppm, which is great, and we'll keep pushing. We'll get to 10 ppm. Our gasoline can be, that is PMS, can be in filling stations in the next 48 hours, depending on NNPC.
Despite this development, there are varying opinions on how the refinery's operations will influence the price of PMS in the coming months. Until then, Nigerians can only hold on to hope that perhaps there will be light at the end of the tunnel for the common man. Now, security operatives in Anambra State have arrested a mother and her 2 children for beating their 75-year-old father, identified as Romanus Obidigwe. It was gathered that the culprits, Esther Obidigwe, Ozioma Obidigwe, and Obuka Obidigwe, committed the crime in the Abwa Ofemili community in Anambra State. This was disclosed in a press statement issued on Wednesday by Chidinma Ikenyonwu, the media aide to the State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare. She said they were arrested after the victim reported to the ministry, adding that the victim has been suffering a series of batterings from his family members. Sharing his experience with his family at the office of the commissioner, Obidigwe, a retired senior civil servant, stated that his family has been in the habit of beating him constantly. But what caused that particular incident was that his daughter, Ozioma, sold his firewood without his consent, and when he tried to know why she did so, they pounced on him, tied him up, and used a rod in inflicting injuries on him. The police command in Niger State has confirmed the attack on MI Wushishi Estate, Mina, by persons suspected to be illegal artisan miners operating near the estate. The command's public relations officer, SP Wasiu Abiodun, who confirmed the incident to newsmen in Mina, said the command received a distress call on Tuesday that suspected illegal miners, miscreants and thugs had engaged in a fight and were attacking houses in the estate. SP Abiodun said following the distress call, a police patrol team led by the divisional police officer in charge of the Meitumbi division was quickly dispatched to the scene to disperse the miscreants. Abiodun also confirmed that one person, whose identity is yet to be ascertained, was killed by the hoodlums and has been taken to the General Hospital morgue. It was gathered that the suspects invaded the estate in large numbers, vandalized vehicles, houses and people's properties at a time many residents were away at work. Meanwhile, the PPRO said an investigation had commenced to arrest the fleeing suspects, as normalcy has since been restored to the area, with the patrol team positioned to forestall further recurrence. Recall that the state government recently banned the activities of illegal miners in the state owing to the spike in insecurity and environmental challenges. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news on Clearview News Desk. We will be back after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back. As the world continues to grapple with the issue of gender equality, citizens in Abuja bared their minds on the issues. Our correspondents, Adalia Okosun and Rilwan Tohibat, took to the streets to gather opinions about progress being made regarding the subject matter. The report.
Gender inequality in Nigeria has become an issue of great concern, with disparities in education, economic empowerment, political representation, and healthcare delivery. Women face various challenges such as limited access to education and economic opportunities, patriarchal norms, and high rates of gender-based violence. Addressing these challenges is crucial to achieving gender equality and unlocking the full potential of Nigerian women. According to respondents, opinions on gender equality are divided. While some express optimism, citing recent progress made in ensuring equal opportunities for men and women, others believe that women's participation in the workforce is driven by economic necessity rather than genuine equality.
Then, their relationship is being like only a man can go outside and get something that will take care of the family and try to provide their needs. But nowadays, even the man, for him to even go out and get some things for to help the family is being so very difficult to him. We, the men, we need support from the women also so that we can grow together and establish ourselves together. The difference between olden days background of family and now is that all the men and the women are also joining hands now together, look for something to help each other.
Women before they always be at home. Now that the condition of the hardship of the nation, so women now supposed to be resolved to insist as a family. But the truth is still a man, still a leader at home. But women now to assist because of the condition, children for school fees, house rent, and economy of all this. So make women now rise up.
But can you imagine, is the woman, she's the one to wake up and leave the man on the bed. She's the one that's supposed to cater for the living. Because if she didn't go out, there is no food. Even the man that the woman, she have the concern on. In time of, when the man is working, in time of payment, they doesn't pay. Of course. So because of that, many women, they are just like that. They don't have any value again. Because all they need is that anyhow man will do with them, at least they will get something to eat or to help their children.
Religiously, it's already clear that there is difference. There is difference between men and women. But everyone has his role to play. Yes, they can assist, but they cannot be equal. I don't know how to put it, but actually the real responsibility is for the men. The women are just there to assist. It's not their own responsibility, maybe to take care of family, or they can assist. But if willingly they can do it, then this one is just an optional, or I would say willingly. If they have opportunity to do something, it's not their responsibility, because maybe she's earning what you are earning or more than you. It's not her responsibility to do it. Some things is optional.
All of them do have their responsibilities and roles to play. So if they have the same opportunities, there's nothing bad.
I have an NGO, and I see a kind of synergy, employing a lot of women, and at the same time employing a lot of male to work with me. What I focus on is purely on the issue of training. So women have been taken back to as in kitchen all the time, belong to the kitchen and all that. Women are now becoming more of directors, their own fields, executive CEOs, doing a lot of things that men does. Women drive trailer these days, a lot of things.
Despite divergent opinions, the conversations reveal a society aware of the progress made towards gender equality and the challenges unresolved. Despite the need to be hopeful, there is also a strong demand for continued action. The voices of Abuja citizens highlight the need for sustained efforts towards achieving true gender equality, moving beyond mere acknowledgement of the issue to actively working towards a solution.
As the Methodist Church Nigeria, Abuja Archdiocese, celebrates its 40th anniversary, the the Nigerian government and leaders have been charged to seek the face of God to overcome the present challenges facing the country. The Archbishop of Abuja, Archdiocese of Methodist Church Nigeria, His Grace, Most Reverend Michael Akinwale, made the call while addressing journalists in Abuja as part of the 40th anniversary of the Archdiocese. Akinwale said the only solution to the challenges facing the country is for citizens to return to God in sincerity of purpose. Clearview News Imifonokon was there. The report.
Celebrating the solid foundation which Methodist Church of Nigeria has laid for the Federal Capital Territory and Nigeria in general, the Archbishop of Abuja Archdiocese, His Grace, Most Reverend Michael Akinwale said the church has grown from leaps and bounds and has changed the Federal Capital Territory through scriptural holiness, effective evangelism, social services, health services, effective interface with government on the issue of governance, among other achievements in the last 40 years.
The Methodist Church that started in a very small parlor some 40 years ago has extended beyond the frontiers and expectation of even those of us who are members. It shows that God is at work. Currently, by the grace of God, we have extended to outside the shores of this state, as far as Niger, Nasarawa, and we now have 3 dioceses within the Archdiocese of Abuja. And I can assure you that in the next 40 years, we are taking over every nook and cranny in this land and far beyond. Less than that, we are going to have another Archdiocese within the Archdiocese of Abuja. The membership will grow in leaps and bounds because we can see the visible hands of God in the missionary work of the Diocese of Abuja.
Speaking on the state of the nation, His Grace Most Reverend Michael Akinwale said the only solution to the problems of Nigeria is for both the leaders and the followers to be committed to taking the nation back to God.
It is not for us to be condemning our leaders, because either you like it or not, like Joel said, it says like leader, like people. No magic is going to happen except we take this nation back to God and ask God to change the mind of our leaders and change the mind of the followers as well. It is only righteousness that exalts a nation. Sin is a reproach to any nation. We all are stakeholders in this nation. So we have a commitment to pray for our nation, to pray for our leader, and ask God to change the minds of our leaders so that they can do the will of God and work for the good of the people.
As Abuja Archdiocese of the Methodist Church of Nigeria chronicle its monumental achievement, His Grace Most Reverend Michael Akinwale said it is delighted as a people to recount God's blessings upon His church and offer praises and thanks to Him. Imefonokon reporting for Clearview News.
And that's the news. But before we go, a recap of the top stories. The Nigeria Correctional Service, through its spokesperson, has revealed that no fewer than 3,590 inmates across Nigeria's custodial centers are on death row. The Niger State Police Command has confirmed the attack on MI Wushishi Estate, Mina, by persons suspected to be illegal artisan miners operating near the estate. We also told you that Methodist Archbishop of Abuja, Most Reverend Michael Akinwale, has called on Nigerian government and leaders to seek the face of God to overcome the present challenges facing the country. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for joining us. I am Gloria Atta. Bye for now.
We invite you to watch how we clear the views on all matters through our partner station MITV on DSTV channel 255, 7 p.m. daily, and also our YouTube and Facebook pages under one name, Clearview News Desk every day. We call it the People's News, as we are available to come over and cover your events upon notice. Or do you have news you want us to broadcast? Send it in. We verify and go to town with it. All for you. Go ahead, engage us to thrash out those knotty issues on the news. And what we need from you is to share and subscribe. More important, convince your loved ones, friends, relatives, co-worshippers, and more to subscribe so as to be getting notifications as we break the news. Go a step further, like the news, and drop your thoughts on the comment section. Clearview News. We clear the view one time and for all time.